Oh, God, yeah, he'll 1,000,000 times to 1.
What's up, you beautiful people? Your eyes do not deceive you. We are back again.
Ah,
I know it's been about, a month since we went live. So thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the Heels Forever podcast. I am Kenny Edelman. With me, as always, my co-host Brody James. Brody, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Coming off a nice weekend with the family, over at the hotel in Orlando. Some R&R.
Mm-hmm.
Was excited when we found a good time to pod and get this rolling for the season 2 finale, bro. So,
Yes, I heard it was
end of 2 seasons, dude.
I know it's gone a lot faster. Obviously, we could have had a couple other episodes, but the move and everything that was going on
Yeah,
kind of cut that out a little bit. But we got some big things coming for season 3. We got some things in the works right now. A couple of changes. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, man, I heard it was a beautiful weekend in Florida. It was not here. I think it was like 45 degrees. Not ideal.
can't
Hopefully
do
we
it.
get some more warmer weather soon, but let's get into it, man. We haven't potted since before WrestleMania, so I kind of want to start there because holy
Absolutely.
fuck, it was a great PLE. It was probably,
Yeah, well,
honestly, I would probably say top 5 in at least the last 10 years for me.
yeah, of course. I think it's very high up there in the last 20 years for me.
Yeah, you could even say that. And that was the thing too, because I think we kind of talked about this before we left, right before WrestleMania, where it was like, this buildup is so high. Are they going to be able to hit that mark? And I think they went above what anybody was kind of expecting because let me, tote around real quick. Cody Rhodes is the champion, the undisputed WWE champion. I honestly didn't see it happening. Um, I kind of got an idea of it after night 1. You know, I'm like, you're not gonna have Cody lose on both nights. Like that just doesn't make any sense. There's no point.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but even still, even during that match, I was like, man, I don't know. It could still go Roman's way, just kind of there's a way to put Cody over with Roman still winning, I guess,
Yeah, yeah, for
especially with
sure, for
with
sure.
the bloodline rules and everything. But what stuck out to you, man? Like what was most notable for you in this WrestleMania?
The fact that they paid attention to the matches. Like, they didn't give you so many matches where they were rushing, people had to cut their match short. It felt like everyone had enough time to do their thing and shine.
Yes.
I
Yeah, and
think match-wise. Go ahead, brother.
that was one of the things we were kinda talking about when they announced how long the show was gonna be, because everybody's like, "Yo, 7 hours each night or 6 hours," or whatever it was. But you have to understand there's 14 matches, and the way they
Yeah.
had it set up, that easily gives an hour. I mean, granted, some of them didn't go that long, but they had the possibility to do so, and it was great storytelling.
Yes, I was getting there for something that we haven't had, I feel, in a long time. Finished storylines, everything came to a head, things got
Mhm.
finished, all the stories came, you know what I mean? Like, it felt like the culmination of a lot of the feuds, and I enjoyed it, man. Both
Yeah,
nights
and
of it.
even
And it felt like 4 hours, no
yeah,
bullshit. It didn't feel
did
like a
go
6-hour PLE.
it did go very fast, and the one thing in the main event that stuck with me, and this is something I saw, I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but in a segment a couple weeks before WrestleMania, you had Rollins essentially telling Cody Rhodes, "I'll be your shield."
Correct.
And when that shield music hit and he came out in the full shield attire, bro, I was like, perfect. And the way it was set up with, as he was coming out, it was Roman with the chair looking to finish Cody, and
Cody, yep.
instead, he took that shot on Rollins, which opened him up for the loss. So it's like,
Absolutely, he sacrificed, he had PTSD, bro.
I don't
Yeah, I
think it
was like,
could have
"What the
been
fuck?"
to me, it couldn't have been booked any better than what it was.
No way, dude. No way. I don't. I agree with you fully on that.
And I, I definitely loved the opening match with Rhea and Becky. I
Me
thought,
too.
it was a, don't get me wrong. I love both of them. I think they're both phenomenal, but I didn't think it was going to get to the level that it was at, where it was like they were full go that entire time.
Yeah, they were. I think they wanted to put on a great match, dude. You kick off WrestleMania, especially they know it's like, oh, the broads are going. Like, here we go. They were like, oh, nah, fuck that. And both of them had issues coming into the match as well.
Hmm.
The 20
Yeah.
minutes went out. Both of them had issues. Panic attack on this one. Becky had 103 fever, strep throat. Went out there in 40 degrees and did the thing, bro. It was very impressive.
Now, while we're on the topic, really quickly, do you know what's going on with Rhea? Because I obviously she had to drop the belt on Monday. It was due to an injury during the whole Liv Morgan
Yeah,
episode the
backstage
week
incident. Yeah.
before. But to me, it doesn't seem like it's a work, because what benefit of a work do you get having your champion who's been a dominant champion by all means? What benefit do you get from her dropping the title right now when she's on one of the hottest runs we've ever seen?
Watching her go get it again. And now they've given her triumph and something to overcome, and same thing like they're doing with Charlotte right now. Something to
Yeah.
overcome, and they couldn't have her lose the belt at Mania because that's just, like, detrimental, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what
But
I was gonna say
an
too.
injury, and then you step away, and then, you
Mhm.
come back, and now you're the hottest thing when you come back. Imagine the pop for her in 3 months, 4 months, it'll be wild, and then whoever's the champion, they'll have someone good set as champion by then, and then SummerSlam will be heat for her. She'll
Yeah,
be
and
back by fucking SummerSlam.
honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, it's almost perfect, because now you give someone else the chance to kind of springboard off of that, which I don't think it's gonna be Becky. There's a battle royal, we'll get into that in a minute. I don't think it's gonna be Becky winning it. So I think you're gonna be looking at someone who's gonna be elevated because of this, but you're also not bringing Rhea down because she's not losing the title. So,
True.
yeah, man, now that I'm thinking about it, it's a great idea if that's really what's going on.
We'll see, son. We'll see. I feel like we should put some trust in the company. They've done right by us the last
Oh, yeah.
3 months, so let's see where they're going. No, we won't kill them just yet.
Listen, after the Mania that we got, I'll give them a break for a little while.
Yeah. Old
You know,
trips. We'll take it easy on you, Kojin. I know you watched the fucking show because, I mean, for Christ's sake, the WrestleMania set was our background. Yeah,
facts.
subsequently. And
Facts,
I
and we
mean,
didn't get paid for that.
are we just no, are we just that good though? Like, fuck me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Oh, these guys are onto something, bro. Let me bring back the old colors. Let me do the thing." Like,
Yeah, and, the one thing I was gonna say, and I just lost it. Oh, the ladder match for the tag titles. Fantastic.
loved that too. I thought that was a great. I seen hate for that on Twitter. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, "What?
Yeah,
No
that's the one thing
way."
I don't understand, because, you finally get it to the point where everyone was bitching like, "Oh, they need to break up the tag titles because, one person having the titles doesn't make sense anyways, because you have 2 shows a week." Like, it makes more sense to have 2 separate tag champions. The same way it makes more sense to have 2 heavyweight champions. So, and you kinda got the feeling that was what's gonna happen, especially when they were like, "Oh, the only way to win is to pull down both sets of belts." So then at that point for me, I was like, "Okay, here we go. We're splitting them up." I did not think that they were gonna put the belts on Theory and Waller that quick, but I also
Mm.
like where they went with it, because I think it gives them the opportunity to take so much heat.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And they're a great heel tag team. I mean, look at Waller. He's not even showing up to like Raw and SmackDown and all this. He's like
Mhm.
ducking out. He's like, "Oh, bro, I'm at the pool. Like, fuck you, scrub, motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? Like, come get me, bro. We got all the belts. We got the money now. They're a great heel tag team. They really are.
Yeah, and his segment on Thursday when they announced the belts, and he just, like, wouldn't shake Triple H's hand or any kinda shit like that, just building
Yeah,
off of that villainous shit, and I love it.
me too.
Um,
Me too.
I also like that Awesome Truth won the Raw tag titles. We kind of
Me too,
kind of
bro.
felt like that was gonna happen because they've been getting a lot of TV time. It's just something that makes perfect sense. Let's get into the new belts, though.
All right.
So
Let's
they
hear it.
unveiled the Raw tag team titles last Monday. horseshit, dog shit belts.
Agreed.
I don't know what they were thinking with that. And like I said, when I first was going through X during the unveiling, there was a lot of positive stuff, but there was a lot more negative shit about these belts.
Okay.
And then on SmackDown, we get the other belts that look like the old belts,
Ooh,
and
they
they
were
are
so heat, bro.
fire.
Yes, because they were from a time where the belts were fire.
Well, and
They've
it
been
was
hot since '98. The fuck is
yeah,
going on?
and that's the thing too. It's I don't think it's so much I think the nostalgia with the way the belt looks is because we were getting all those great tag teams during that time period. You know what I mean? Because there's
This is
nothing
true.
special about the tag team titles at all, as far as the design goes on the new ones. But they look like the ones when it was the greatest tag team time in WWE history. So
Yes.
I think that's why I'm like, yo, give me more of those. Like I almost bought one, just one tag team belt,
Well,
because
I
I'm
mean,
like,
like, we'll wrap season 2. Maybe we'll just get the tag team titles, like, for ourselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll grab the other one.
we are the tag team champions.
You know what I'm saying, Sutherland? Come on, bro. Of course.
So kind of just going off of running down WrestleMania, we had Bailey winning the championship as well. Kind of figured that was going to happen. Is there anything that happened either night one or night two that you weren't really expecting?
For Damian Priest to cash in the way he did.
Bro.
It was my favorite segment of WrestleMania other than the main, because it was so real. Like, to me,
Yes.
that whole thing seemed very hold on, I'm just doing something real quick for IG. It seemed real as ever, and the genuine disdain on Drew McIntyre's face, bro, was, Punk played right into it well too. It was
Mhm.
a true something about him, bro. I was telling Jenny, like, he is funny, bro. He knows how to be on the
Punk or Drew?
microphone. He's Punk.
Oh,
I
yes,
think Drew's
yes.
getting better in this area because
Yeah.
he's feuding with someone like Punk. So I think it's going to bring out the best of him. But Punk was just so good on that, bro. And then what his reaction once Damian Priest music actually hit was gold. It was absolute gold. He's like, you stupid motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? You owe that song and dance just now. And then he lost the belt. Oh, it was a great, again, great writing, great cementing of the story. And now we kick off another one, probably Drew and Punk at SummerSlam. He'll be back by like Money in the Bank, I'm sure.
Yeah, I would think so, especially like the way he was going with Drew. Now, granted, they weren't going full blast or anything like that, but cast was off. He was moving
Yep.
fine. I
Yep.
think you might see him in some sort of action, maybe at Backlash.
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
Give him a little tune up,
but yeah,
up
man,
fight.
for me when his music hit, because I don't know what it was. Like I was so expecting if there was going to be a cash in to be on Roman or Cody at the end. For me,
Me
that's what I was
too.
thinking. And because then I was like, you can kind of break up the Judgment Day a little bit, have Damian on SmackDown and the other guys on Raw, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
But even during the CM Punk and McIntyre back and forth, that thought never even crossed my mind. And when his
Really.
music hit, I was like, "Oh shit!" It
Oh, me
it,
too, bro.
it was
It's
perfect.
one of the parts I loved of Mania, dude. It really was. Jenny was sitting there watching. She was like, "Oh, I didn't see this coming." And she's been keeping up lately. She was like, she didn't think that this guy was going to cash in at all. She thought it was going to happen on Monday.
Mhm.
She's like, "Oh, I figured they just go with it on Monday." I said, "Good work,
Yeah,
good work."
I'm glad it happened though. A lot of times you get these guys, they win the Money in the Bank, and then it's almost like management changes their mind, and they're like, "Nah, we're not
Bro,
doing
it's
this."
crazy. It's
So,
crazy.
what do you think about the whole? Speaking of the Judgment Day, let's go with Dom and his alliance to um, Legado del Fantasma, and it's kind of rubbing the Judgment Day the wrong way. Do you think a Judgment Day breakup is coming soon?
Yes. Only because like it has to. Don't ruin it.
Facts.
Don't ruin it. Let's not ruin it. It's been a great year and a half run of them being like dominant and doing their thing. Now let's get the Finn Balor, Damian Priest for the big title and all that. That's a great feud for that big championship. Um, you know, get Dom out there with Logan Paul again.
Mm-hmm.
Let him get the singles arrow. Maybe get Dom out there. I think he could be in the Intercontinental Championship too. I think Dom and Sami Zayn tear the fucking house down.
Oh, it'd
You
be
get a huge
fantastic.
baby face and the biggest heel in the company other than The Rock. Like the kid's got nuclear heat, bro. Nuclear fucking heat. I don't know. I think it would be awesome. I think it's a good feud that they should think about.
Yeah, I think so too. Like we've said before, I feel like the bloodline got really stale very quick.
Well,
And
yeah, you do the same thing every week.
yeah, and you're
And
kind
you're
of
not
running that
Austin.
same risk with the Judgment Day, but I feel like now that Rhea's gonna be out for a little while, it's kind of gonna lead to the wrinkling of the feathers in the Judgment Day, and it's gonna basically implode from the inside. So
Yeah, I have no doubts, man.
I think it's a good
I have no
idea.
doubts.
I think everybody but JD McDonough makes a solid solo superstar anyways. So
He can too. He can listen. He could find his R-Truth lane, bro. He can find his. I tell you, I changed my mind on Mick Pica, bro. He's all right, and he's not bad in the ring. Yeah, listen, that match he had with Sami Zayn was heat rocks, and they just haven't given him too much more shine other than in goofy tag team shit. But who
yeah.
knows? We'll see. I heard he was revered before he got to WWE. People enjoyed his work, and he was the indie talent. And
See, that's one thing I wish I kept up on more is like the indie guys. And for me, like, how do you guys have the time? Like, let's be real. I
let's be
don't have the
real.
time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see what he does. I don't ever see him really being like a main card guy, more
Nah,
even a
bro, not at
mid-tier
all.
guy, honestly. But
Nah,
maybe if
he'll
they
be
bring back
somebody's
like a
lackey for a while.
24/7 title or some shit like that, he can run around with it for a little bit. But there was something I was just about to say to you, and I don't know why this keeps happening, but I keep forgetting
Because
where
we're
I'm
rusty,
at.
cause been a
I
few
know,
weeks.
I know.
Yeesh.
So I don't know how much you've watched with Raw and SmackDown over the past couple of weeks. I know we've both been pretty busy. Do you see anything about the draft this week?
I didn't, other than I'm seeing things online that Cody Rhodes is slated to go to SmackDown now as the champion.
So they're doing another draft. I think it's going to be it starts Friday and then it'll end next Monday. Raw and SmackDown draft. And I wanted to ask you, do you see, let's just envision the draft is happening today. Are there any situations where you see any of the champions switching shows?
Yeah, definitely. I think they should, man. I think they should switch that up completely. Like, where's Logan Paul right now? He's on SmackDown, right?
Yeah, he's on SmackDown.
He should go to Raw.
Yeah,
I think they should. I think going into the better half of the year, they should have him on Raw and building more of that like WWE brand on him rather than the
yes.
Hollywood SmackDown, but kind of like larger than life thing. Let him get cemented as like a top player on Raw. And I mean, I think Sami Zayn should be on SmackDown. I think he should go to that show with that belt, and he has great challenges over there. So we'll see.
Here's my predicament because I'm kind of with you. I think the US title should be on Raw and the IC title should be on SmackDown. I don't know why that's like burned into my brain, but I think it's just because that's how it's always fucking been.
You know what I'm saying?
So, but at the same time, I don't want Sami Zayn to go to SmackDown because I feel like their show is not enough time. Whereas on Raw, you're going to get more of an opportunity to work. You're not working
You
with
think
just
they're
2
gonna be? You
hours.
think it'll bury him?
I think so. I feel like it. I mean, it really all depends how the draft goes, though, right? Because as of right now, I would say if he went to SmackDown with the talent they have there now, it's going to bury him. If you
You're
move
right,
some
and
guys
less
around,
time. Oof.
you move some guys around in the draft, like maybe LA Knight going to Raw, which I think is definitely going to happen. I
And
think,
as it should, because he's perfect for Raw, bro.
and here's the thing, the dude is, like you said, he's perfect for Raw, but not only that, now you can have him beat Damian Priest, and it's not going to ruin the Cody thing. Because let's be real, that belt's not coming off of Cody anytime soon. So I feel like,
Okay.
you got to bring some of these younger guys over. Well, not younger because the dude's like 40 years old, but some of the fresher faces, I guess we can say, to Raw because they're going to have more of an opportunity because you're not yeah, sure, they'll put up good matches, but nobody's taking that belt from Cody.
Yeah, he'll have it for the next few months, bro, no doubt.
He'll at least have it till SummerSlam.
Yes,
Which
I
I
agree.
can.
And then Probably, you know who's coming to take it off him too, which is going to cause so much uproar and people are going to be in their feelings. 2024 and people's feelings.
I don't think so.
No, you don't think he's coming to take it back?
I don't think so. I think
Rock's coming for that bell, bro.
you're gonna
Coming for
get
that belt.
Rock and Cody at SummerSlam, but I think The Rock's gonna put him over.
Oh, that'd be nice too.
And
When are we going to get the change? Like SummerSlam, Survivor Series, maybe?
well, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm thinking here, but I think The Rock is gonna put him over in a way that, it's gonna be a great match, but Cody's gonna leave with the belt.
Yeah, that's good too. That works.
Especially because, like, bro, you already had Cody take the pin from Rock at WrestleMania, so it only makes sense that he can kind of run with that until SummerSlam, and then
Yeah,
Cody's obviously
right.
gonna get the victory when it matters. But the only thing that I really care about in this situation is that I'm gonna be in attendance to see The Rock and Cody Rhodes
Yes.
in the same building.
Yes.
And I cannot wait. I'm gonna be live streaming from my phone the entire night.
Nice, bro.
It's gonna be.
Should we try and do a brief pod while we're in the arena?
Ooh, it might be a little difficult with the
Are we
sound
wearing
and
Heels
everything like
Forever
that.
shirts?
We can
That's
get
the
them
question.
made, yes.
Yeah. All right. We will have merch for season 3, guys. I promise you that.
Yeah, we're working on it. Some things we were trying to put my face on some shit, and it didn't go
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
So, yeah, we're working on that too. But let's talk a little bit about UFC 300.
Yeah. Great
I
event.
I think I owe Dana White an apology because not too long ago I had said that 299 should have been the 300 card and that the 300 card looked dog shit to me. Holy fuck was I wrong, because every fight on that card brought it.
Yeah, it did,
Bro.
bro. Yeah, it did. A lot of bang from the opening bell, bro. From the opening bell from Cody Garbrandt and Davison Figueiredo. From the opening match, dude. Very, very good.
I don't know who came after Cody, because that match, dude, holy shit, they were throwing bombs.
Well, because they threw that 300,000 on the line, bro.
They were killing each other.
Oh yeah, Bobby Green and Jim Miller, bro. I was like,
Yes.
what? I
But
was
yeah,
like trying to
man,
recollect a little bit.
the card was amazing. Anything surprise you out of that?
About the whole card or that specific match?
The whole card.
That specific
card.
bout. The whole card. Yes, Jalen Turner and Renato Moicano, Money Moicano. That surprised me. He was getting his ass whooped for about 7 minutes, and then Jalen Turner, I guess, thought he got the knockout, and he tried to walk off, and then had to come back because the ref was like, no, he's up, he ain't sleeping. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then I want to say within like 3 or 4, not even, maybe 2 minutes later, Renato Moicano was on top of Jalen Turner, beating the shit out of him, to get the decision in round 2. So like 50 seconds into the round.
Life comes at you fast.
Yes. What I was not surprised about was that Aljamain Sterling gave a horrendous, boring performance. No, it was actually a dominant performance, but it's just real Aljamain Sterling, like, it's like watching fucking paint dry.
Yeah.
On a night that Dana's talking about, I'm giving guys 300,000, in bonus money, and you go out there and do shit like that. It's like,
He kind of, and don't get me wrong when I say this, and the UFC diehards are going to kill me for this, but he kind of reminds me of George St. Pierre. Like,
interesting.
For the most part, to me anyways, I've never found his style exciting. Like, I'm more of, I want to see dudes throw blows until they can't fucking see anymore.
Correct.
And it's,
yeah.
There's something missing with these guys where they're not, like, they're very technical. They're great at, the technical shit, but sometimes that's not what you want to see.
No, it's a very fine line between having, but I also have to think about it in the fighter's perspective too, Kenny.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, all right, I'm showing up. If I lose this fight because I stand there and I want to throw, not only will I risk not getting the bonus, I'm not going to get the other half of my paycheck. So like
Right.
I could leave here tonight with 200 grand and beat this guy the way I know I could beat him, or do I take a chance of losing 100 grand so I can sit there and look good on TV? And to a guy that's eating fucking tuna out of a can, you know what he's gonna do. You know
Well,
what I'm saying? So
listen. I'm not saying that it's not the correct thing to do. I'm
of
just saying
course,
that
we just don't want to
it's
see it.
not my vibe. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
kudos to
we don't
you,
want to see
bro.
that shit.
Go get paid. Do what you got to do to win. But
Yeah, I
sometimes it
agree,
doesn't. The
brother.
one
I
thing
agree.
I wanted to talk about on this, well, there's a couple things, but the main thing that surprised me, and maybe I'm missing something, but Arman Sarukian beating Oliveira,
I didn't agree with that.
I didn't
Didn't
either.
agree with that whatsoever, bro. This guy was out twice in that fight, in my opinion. And he was definitely out in that Darce choke. The ref was fucking blind. I don't know
Hmm.
what he was doing. Maybe it was a cigarette break. I have no idea. But he definitely wasn't on point for that. This guy was out cold. And that's that. Charles should have had that fight, you know. But whatever. It was good to see Charles look sharp though.
Yeah.
You know, against Islam, he didn't look that sharp, and we kind of
No, he
haven't seen. You know, against Benny Dariush, he looked good too. You know, it was a nice bounce back for him, but we'll see. He'll get back on the horse there. There was
yeah.
also the debut of Kayla Harrison.
Yes. Tell me about
Um,
that one because I don't think I saw
it
that
was
one.
a
I know
great fight.
we had talked about it before. I'm trying to see. Oh, Kayla Harrison and Holly Holm. Yes, I did see that
Yes,
one.
yeah, she
Fantastic.
debuted, dude. She did well. She came with the style that we thought she was gonna come with, but Holly Holm kind of played into it, and that shocked me a little bit. I thought Holly would want to stay on the feet a little bit more. She initiated the clinch, initiated the grappling sequences. I didn't think that was smart at all on her
No, she
part.
got caught slipping.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, it was a great debut for Kayla Harrison. She's managed by the same guy that manages like Khabib and all them, so I
Mhm.
don't really like her too much because he's a rat bastard. And he's just like a horrible manager. But anyway, but yeah, that was a good debut for her. There was also um who else was out there on the main card? There was another one.
We had
Uh
Gaethje and Holloway.
yes, there it is.
Banger.
Yes, absolute banger.
I
I'm
don't know.
happy it ended the way it did because,
I
like I
don't know
said, Justin
what it is
Gaethje is also managed by this guy.
when you have that point, and it's very rare that you see it when time's ticking down, and they both just kind of look each other in the eye and they say, "Let's fucking do it." And they just started throwing haymaker after
That's
bomb
what
after
Max does.
banger, bro. Justin folded like a fucking lawn chair.
Bro, hit the knee, hit his own knee and
Ah,
shit. It was nasty work. But that's what Max Holloway does, dude. He's done it. He did it in the Ricardo Lamas fight. He did it in the Dustin Poirier fight. Actually, Dustin did it to him in that fight. Fucking showed it, told him, fucking let's go, let's hit the middle. Um, and then won via decision. But yeah,
and then
great card overall, bro. Hill and Pereira.
yeah,
That
that's what I
was
was
a
gonna
good
say.
fight.
That one kind of I was expecting Pereira to win, but I didn't expect it to happen that soon.
Me neither.
And
And
boy, did it
It
fucking
was G
happen.
shit. Yeah, hold my beer, literally. Told the ref, easy, easy, cuz. And then Bing came. It was a beautiful backhand shot too.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful backhand shot. It wasn't, it wasn't his strong hand. So
One other fight that I want to throw out here because it surprised me, honestly, was Jessica Andrade and Marina Rodriguez going to a split
yes.
decision.
Yes.
Now,
That was a
granted,
good fight.
I've said this before. I don't really pay attention to UFC like I used to in the past.
Okay.
I'll watch the big pay-per-views, and now that we're covering it, I'm watching it a little bit more. But I didn't I know who Jessica Andrade is, obviously, because I'm
Yeah, yeah, of
from
course.
planet Earth. But I've never heard of Marina Rodriguez until 300.
She's been coming up. She's been coming
Bro,
up in the business.
at first she started off a little rusty, looked like she was lost, kind of caught in the moment, but then it was like a switch flipped on, and it was a great match. It's something that I was not expecting to happen.
Yeah,
Like, I
bro.
was looking at this
Yeah.
girl, I'm like, she's about to get rolled on. You know what I mean?
That's good, bro. That's good. Yeah, yeah, of course. Great night of fights, though, man. Great night of fights, nonetheless.
Yeah,
There
what do
was a
we
great
got?
fight last night.
Yes?
Yes, there was a great fight last night. Was I was watching it at the resort. Was Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia.
I heard about that. Fill me in because I did not watch it.
I will definitely speak on this because this deserves to be spoke about. For months now, Ryan Garcia has been like, "Oh, I'm drinking every night and acting like he's not taking the fight serious and all this." Brilliant troll job by this kid, bro. He came out and smacked Devin Haney, dropped him 3 times last night, had him looking horrible, bro. Ass up in the ring, like bad fucking news. Sonny
So,
Liston moment, like
so what you're telling me, because I've been seeing the videos of him looking like he's all fucking cracked out.
crazy.
It was
Yeah,
all a
crazy.
show?
I mean, that's what he said after. He's like, "Come on, guys, you really think I went crazy and all this?" Like, I guess he did it to promote the fight, bro. I'm sure it had 1 million+ fucking buys
That's
last night.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Drinking a beer on the way in fucking scale.
Well, he
Yes,
didn't make
on
weight
Thursday.
though.
No, he wanted to miss because he's like, "Yo, I'm not depleting myself anymore for these motherfuckers that, because they want to be weight bullies in the ring and challenge me, to come up to a weight class that maybe I can't fully hit if I cut all the weight." So he's like, "Fuck that." And then he did just that, dude, and smacked him up looking great, bro.
That's
Had people playing
insane.
violins in his locker room before he went out. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was fucking brilliant and it deserves to be spoke about. And he was talking about things that probably will get him shot in the near future, after, this whole time, really, this whole press run about the elites and all this kind of shit. So, I don't
No.
like talking about that on open air, son. But anyway,
Yeah.
but it was great, bro. Go back and peep some of it.
Yeah,
And
I'll have to
also, go ahead, brother.
I'll pull it up on YouTube and see if I can find some highlights of it. Was it quick or was it
No, went to decision.
went
I
to
mean, it was a
decision?
majority decision. Beat the shit out of him. Kid had hard, Devin Haney, though. He came back, each time. Still went out there and did his thing, but just wasn't cutting it, cuz.
Man, that I hope that was the way it is. Like, I hope this dude was just trolling this guy the whole time because
It
that
was,
would
but it looked
be
phenomenal. Came in, looked phenomenal. Was in phenomenal shape. Killed
crazy.
him. Killed him, Kenny. Killed him.
I'm trying to see.
Also,
Go ahead.
we got big news. We
What's
got
that?
big news, dude. Well, I'm gonna shout out the UFC still since we're on this topic. June 1st in Newark, we got Dustin Poirier versus Islam Makhachev. How do we say these rats' names? Which I think is good. Good for old Dustin, but it is going to be his third time getting a shot at the title. And like, you got to pack it up after this one, buddy. I don't want to see you crying in the ring. I don't want to see none of this shit. You better fucking hit this rat and take back, UFC from these jock sniffing motherfuckers.
You know what?
But
And
anyway,
I
what's up?
think while we're on this on this one, I think if anybody was gonna beat Makhachev or however the fuck you say his
Yep,
last
yep.
name, I think it would be
RAT.
Poirier.
Yeah. I
I
hope so,
think
bro. I hope we see it. I hope he smacks him with a good one and fucking flattens him.
yeah, we'll
That'll be
see, man.
awesome.
That's June 1st. Okay. I'll have
June
to
1st.
clear my schedule for
And
June
then later
1st.
that month, June 29th, in the T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas,
Mhm.
Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler.
Let's
Official,
go.
done. The King is back. He was posting Rocky videos today at fucking training. It's going to be nice. It's going to be fucking beautiful.
Listen, man. I like Conor. I do. But I don't think he's gonna win. I think his days are over.
Yeah,
I
but
think
I mean, he's
he's
not fighting Khabib, dude. He's fighting a guy that hasn't fought in 2 years as well.
yeah, but
A little different here. Little tune up, little warm up.
I think he's gonna lose. Either
This
that or
guy
he's gonna
can't
get
take a
hurt
smack.
again.
Nah, this guy can't take a smack, bro. The guy's fighting. He's fought these guys his whole career, dude. Those stocky overhand wrestlers, fucking, he beat Chad Mendez that way. He beat Eddie Alvarez that way. This is gonna be this guy, and this guy don't even really wrestle. He's going for the bonus too. So
Well,
he's gonna come in. Yeah, June 29th. We'll see for sure.
listen, like I
But I
said,
gotta be
as
optimistic.
long as I'm getting, fucking haymakers thrown, people going down, people get knocked the fuck out, I don't care. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
it'll
Like
be that.
if it's for me, I don't really have like a personal favorite fighter, I guess. Unless it's Bones, obviously. If it's John
Yeah,
fighting, then I'm for John. But any other time, I'm like, man, I just want to see a good
some
fight.
action.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So
Gotcha.
I think we're gonna get that with McGregor and Chandler. Might not be like something we talk about a year from now, but I think it'll be good enough to be the
For a
main event
return
of
fight.
303. Yeah. Let's talk
Well, then,
about something else we got coming up this week as we're talking about future endeavors. The NFL draft starts on Thursday, where franchises are changed forever sometimes. Not for the Cleveland Browns because we don't have a first round pick, but the
interesting.
odds basically as of right now, as it sits right now, we know Caleb Williams is going number 1 to Chicago.
Yeah, that's
Unless you've
probably
been living
certain.
under a fucking rock, you know Caleb Williams is going to Chicago. It's almost 99% done, but what we don't know is who's going next. So the Washington Commanders have the number 2 pick. Are they going to take a quarterback? Or are they going to trade? There's been a lot of talk about them potentially trading back, which, bro, with the state of that fucking franchise, and they just got a new owner, I think anything that doesn't end up with you taking a quarterback in the first 2 picks of the draft, you fucked up.
Yeah.
It's, when decisions like this get made, especially if you're looking at moving back when you don't have a quarterback, that's when you know that that franchise is not ever going to be in a position to win a Super Bowl. And that's why the Browns are never good, bro, because they're constantly trading back. They're constantly trading away their picks. But,
Yeah, I got you.
The main question for me, and I don't know because I know you don't watch a lot of college football.
No, I don't.
So do you know any of the other quarterbacks that are coming out, or
I think like Drake May I've heard of. I've seen
yes.
some highlights on him. I feel like no,
So
not
basically
really.
the big there's 4 quarterbacks right now. I guess technically 5, but you got Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels from LSU,
Yes.
Drake
Okay.
May from UNC, JJ McCarthy from Michigan,
Yes.
and then Michael Penix Jr. from Washington, who's I think he's already like 25. So they're saying may go in the first round, may fall into the second. Whoever
Okay.
gets him, they're going to get a deal on the dude because he is a top 5 talent, but that's here
Yeah,
nor
absolutely.
there. So the big thing that they've been talking about recently is the potential because the Chargers have the number 5 pick. And there are plenty of teams who need a quarterback that are obviously being discussed at trading up to the top for JJ McCarthy. Because as it stands right now, you got Caleb Williams going 1, probably Jaden Daniels going 2, which is the quarterback for LSU. Drake May potentially going 3, and then Marvin Harrison Jr. out of Ohio State going 4.
Gotcha. I can
So
see that.
that leaves pick 5 where the Chargers are. They don't really need a quarterback. Potentially moving back makes more sense for them. First year head coach, get more picks, build a better team.
Yeah.
But
Solid.
but the thing about it is, they're talking about the one I saw was the Vikings trading up to 5 for JJ McCarthy, but they're giving up like 2 first round picks this year and a first round pick next year to move up to 5 instead of 13 or wherever they may pick. Then the other one is Denver moving up, which I don't think they would do that because they're in the same division. So I don't really see them trading that high of a pick away to them. But moral of the story is we are talking about giving up 3 first round picks to draft JJ McCarthy, who 50% of the plays that Michigan ran, he didn't even throw the ball.
Yeah, that's a little sussy.
Well, here's the thing, and this is what I've kind of been noticing lately with the NFL. It's like they draft these quarterbacks. Like you can look at it all the way back to like Blaine Gabbert. I don't know
Oh
if
my
you remember,
god, bro.
these dudes
Oh my
that don't
god.
like, don't get me wrong, JJ McCarthy did win a national title with Michigan.
Of course. Yeah, Brad
Fantastic.
Johnson almost won a Super Bowl too.
But
Or
that
maybe he did
team
actually with the
that
Bucks. Yeah.
team was stacked. You know what I mean? So they find these guys, and then somehow in the draft ratings, I don't know who's fucking paying these guys, but they're like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna go in the top 6 picks, and it's like, what? Why?
What?
And that's kind of where I'm at right
Okay.
now. It's like, in what world? Like, you would have to be so quarterback starved to give up 3 first-round picks for JJ McCarthy. I don't even know if he's, like, 6 foot.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't make any sense. But, we got the draft coming up here in 4 days.
He's actually 6'3",
Okay. So he's
202.
6'3".
6'3", 202
202 is
pounds. A little light, right? A little light
little
in the
light.
loafers.
That was the thing
Yeah.
that I was actually texting my buddies earlier today because Jaden Daniels, who's projected to go second overall,
Okay.
he's 6'2", 6'3", but he's 180 pounds. And I'm like, yo,
Bro, it's even worse. He's 6'4" and 181 pounds.
yes. So, like,
That's
if you're
hard.
drafting this guy, you better have the best fucking dietitian in the NFL.
Yeah, 100%.
Because
bro.
this
Guys
dude
gotta
is
put
going to
a
have
few
to put on
pounds
30 pounds to not
yeah, he
die
is.
in the NFL.
Bro, you can't have linebackers ripping through him like that. That fucking sucks.
Oh, snap him like a fucking twig, dude. So
Yes.
I'm excited for the draft. I'm not as excited as normal just because the Browns don't pick in the first round. I'm still gonna watch the first round like I do every year, hoping that maybe we make a move up. I doubt it, but I'm excited for the season to start, bro. I'm like, can we
Yeah,
just
me
do
too,
this
dude.
now?
Me too. Someone was talking to me about UFL the other day. I was like, dude.
I haven't watched any of it yet, but I definitely want to.
Me too. I watched some of it actually the other night when I was at the resort. They have an Irish pub on the resort, like on premise. So I couldn't help myself. I was like, yeah, I'll go to the store, no problem. I had to
Yeah,
dip
I'll
in
be
there,
right
grab
back.
a Guinness. Yeah. Dip in there, grab a Guinness. But yeah, it was on, and it wasn't bad at all.
I mean,
It was a nice alternative.
I've been peeping scores. It seems like it's been like pretty high scoring as far as the games have been going, but they're on at weird times. And I guess I got to look at the schedule and kind of pick a team I want to roll with and start diving into that because, bro, I miss football. I fucking miss it. And the Browns are looking so good on paper as usual.
As usual.
And I'm just like, I'm
The
praying that we
fuck?
finally get a Super Bowl. I don't think so, just because it's the fucking Browns, but
My guy.
it's got to change sometime, right?
Of course. You just need a good season, snowball off that shit, dude, then you'll be fine.
So I kind of want to backtrack a little bit to wrestling again.
Okay.
Because there's some things we didn't cover that I wanted to cover and kind of got lost in the shuffle. I think this is one of those moments where I was going to tell you something and then I completely forgot.
Okay.
We have Backlash coming up.
We do in France.
Yes. They've
In
already announced
France.
some of the matches. We got Cody and AJ Styles for the title,
Yes.
which I think is going to be a great match. But like we said earlier, no way Cody's dropping that belt.
Nope,
Especially
but
the
it's
AJ
going to be a
Styles.
good match, which is
Yeah, I
what
think
they
it's gonna be a
probably
great
want to
match.
give him.
And
So it's cool.
we've already talked about this on text, but AJ Styles and LA Knight went one-on-one to find out who was going to beat Cody. And I was actually happy that they had LA Knight lose because, like we've said
It
over
would
and
make no
over.
sense for him to lose to Cody like straight off the run. Like
Exactly. So, you don't bury him more by having him lose another title shot on a PLE.
but he's getting a lot of
And
main event experience though.
yes,
Which
which
I
is
like.
good. And like I said, I think I would not be surprised to see him on Raw after the draft. I think that would
Me
be
neither.
in everyone's best interest for that to happen. There was another match that I think it's on Monday, actually, and I sent it to you this morning. The women, they're doing a battle royal.
Yeah, okay.
So from what I've read, and I could be completely off on this, but I don't think it's like a battle royal of, just finding out what's going on, but it's a battle royal for the women's championship.
Nice.
So on Monday, we are going to have a new women's champion, and
I
just
like it.
running down the list here. Well, actually, we'll have to take some of these out because Chelsea Green got released today. RIP to your career, lady.
You know what I'm saying? Which I don't know why that was. She probably went into somebody's office talking shit.
Yeah, I don't know
they're
either
like,
because
you know what?
she
Do
was
me a
getting a
favor.
lot of time on TV, bro.
Yeah.
Like her and
She
Piper
wasn't getting the
Niven
title
both.
opportunities. That was the problem.
Yeah, so
Always with these bitches.
looking at it, I guess they showed a clip when they were talking about the Battle Royal, but some of the people that were in the clip was Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Maxine Dupree, Katana Chance, Natalia, Zoe Stark, Kaden Carter, Candice LeRae, Shayna Baszler, Tegan Knox, Piper Niven, and Ivy Nile.
I
Now,
like it.
I like
Is
it
the girl
too.
that's got all that cake from NXT in there?
Uh, which one?
Jada Parker?
Not that I can see,
Damn. That would have been nice. It's
but
always nice when she graces the TV.
give me 1 second here, because I don't think I'm live on. Oh wait, I'm on X. Okay, never mind. We're Gucci. So yeah, the only thing I like about it is that I don't know who is gonna win it.
I like that too, as usual.
Like, don't get me wrong. Every part of my body is telling me it's probably gonna be Becky Lynch or Liv Morgan. But wouldn't this be the perfect opportunity? You've had
To
Jade
put it on Nia
Cargill.
Jax.
No. No.
No.
You've had Jade
Okay.
Cargill just manhandling everybody lately.
True. Oh, no. Don't spoil it, bro. Don't ruin it.
Just go ahead and throw her in the Battle Royal and put that title on her, because I want
I
her
know,
and
but then
Rhea
what happens when
so
Rhea?
bad, bro.
All right, but at SummerSlam in 3 months, and then what happens when they put Rhea over?
No, honestly, now that we're talking about Rhea, what makes the most sense would be Liv Morgan.
Yeah, of course.
So I wouldn't be mad about it. I liked
No,
Liv
me
as the
neither.
champion.
Me too.
So
She brings a different aspect to it. She's bubbly. She's more
Mhm.
of a she has more star power, I think, at the moment than the rest of them.
Yeah, I would
Like
say
I
other
can't
than
see.
Becky.
Correct.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's guys that don't have Becky's star power. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, but other than her, yeah, I could see Liv Morgan holding the belt, correctly for 3 months until Rhea gets back, and then coming in, then smacking the little bitch around, and getting her belt back. You know what I mean?
I could see Liv beating Rhea though.
At SummerSlam,
Yeah.
Kenny,
Bro.
you've been in Ohio
She's
3
already
weeks, bro.
she's already dropped
3 weeks.
Rhea.
That
She
cold is
already dropped the
affecting
belt
you
to Rhea
already.
once. Like, it doesn't make sense for her to do it again.
Well, yes, she will always try. It will be that way for the next 2 years until it becomes the point where it's like, I've never beaten you, and I need this for my story.
Yeah,
Wah!
you're not wrong.
Like the rest of them.
You're not wrong. That does make sense too. So,
Fuck
the
them, bro.
other match that we know of, and there could be some more that I'm just forgetting, but we got Street Profits against A-Town Down Under for the tag titles.
Okay.
Now, obviously, I don't think A-Town Down Under is going to drop the belts this quick because they're doing a good job. But I
Yeah,
think it's
no,
going
I
to
don't
be a
think
hell of
so.
a match because I think every match the Street Profits are in is elevated just because of that.
Yeah, they are great workers, dude. They are great workers. I could see that being a serious match.
Yeah, and I think you might get a couple spots too.
Yeah, of course.
You
Get
might.
some juicy spots.
Yeah, so we'll see.
100%.
We'll see how that's gonna go, but I don't know what it is, and I think it's because I'm so used to the backlash of when we were younger. I never get thrilled about the WrestleMania backlash. Like, it doesn't, at least for the past couple of years, because it's always been like rematches of what happened at WrestleMania, and I'm like, why are we getting this again
Yes.
already?
But we didn't. It was different this year.
It
It's
was.
different. We got Damian and Jey Uso, which is going to be a great match. I
Yeah.
feel.
Oh, I forgot about that too.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Sami Zayn, Chad Gable is going to be a great feud and match at Backlash. I feel.
Yeah, I read something that they're talking about Gable turning heel, which I wouldn't be mad about either.
He already has. He's like pre-heel right now.
Yeah.
He's like he's one low blow at Backlash away from getting booed, and then he's gonna have nuclear heat. And
But
then
I am glad that you said something about Jey Uso and
Damian
Damian
Priest.
Priest, because I think this could be the chance for Jey Uso to get that title.
I feel like we spoke about this for months too.
Yeah, it's definitely something
Season
that,
1 shit.
yeah, it should have happened already, in my opinion. But honestly, like we've said previously, they have so many top guys that it's kind of difficult. It's not possible for everyone to hold the belt.
Of course.
But with the weight that Jay has been carrying over the past year with the bloodline stuff, and then going on his own, and then the brother versus brother at WrestleMania and all this shit, if it would just culminate to him winning that title, perfect.
Yeah, of course. Hell
Perfect.
yeah. And he's a good candidate to bring it to SummerSlam. And then whoever he fucking loses it to, throw it on the line against his brother, bro. Let them go at it for the fucking belts.
Nah,
Actually, no, let me take that back because that match
nah.
was not my
Yeah.
favorite from Mania. I don't want to see that again.
That
I
was
take that
like
back fully.
that might have
I
been
do
the
not want.
only match at Mania that I did
Oh,
not enjoy.
fucking, what does Bret Hart say? The drizzling shits that was,
Yeah.
bro.
That's exactly what it was. Like, it was so flat, bro, and I don't know
Piece of shit.
why. I don't know why it came off so flat, but it just
Because it's like watching the same person do the same thing. How many
facts.
super kicks we gonna get? There was a lot of ramp work and fucking all this shit. I did like their spot in the night 2.
Oh, yes. Even though
Loved
it was
their
a quick
spot in
spot, it
night
was a
2.
good spot.
Yes. Hell yeah. So they redeemed a little bit on that one.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone gets a little stinker every once in a while, bro. They've had a
Yeah.
million good matches, so
And the good thing, the way I'm looking at it is we have 2 more pay-per-views until SummerSlam. So a lot can change. A lot of storylines can change. We can get some new faces in the runnings for different titles,
oh yeah, absolutely.
especially, Money in the Bank is right after Backlash, if I'm not
I don't
mistaken.
know who's gonna get that fucking briefcase.
I can tell you who.
LA Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I think it's the
Roman
only
with the
thing.
best one of all time.
Oh, yeah. Fuck Roman. I'm so glad he lost. So glad he lost. No, but I'm just excited, man. I'm excited with the state of the business right now. I'm excited that we're going to fucking SummerSlam because
Hell
I've
yeah,
never
dude.
been to SummerSlam. The only
I have.
I've been to Fastlane. There was a
Went to
Fastlane in
SummerSlam '97,
Cleveland.
and I was at SummerSlam 2015.
Yeah, I was at Fastlane in Cleveland, and then I went to Mania in Tampa. But that's the only 2 that I've been to.
Gotcha.
So, and SummerSlam is always just a vibe.
Yeah, of course.
Being outside, especially that it's at Cleveland Browns Stadium, bro.
Oh, that's nice. I could check that one off the bucket.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be lit, and we're gonna see The Rock, and we're gonna see Cody, and we're probably gonna see CM Punk, and we're gonna see Drew. And I'm praying we see Jade Cargill.
We
Fingers
will. I
crossed.
think we'll see. They'll probably run this big 3 angle until SummerSlam, and then we'll get the triple threat: Bianca versus Jade versus Trinity. Fucking
Naomi.
there you go. I said Trinity.
I would not be mad
Yeah.
about the triple threat like that either.
Me neither, because it would be fire, and it would put
Hell
all of
yeah.
them over, and it would give Jade her first nice not main event spot, but damn near close, and it gives them 3 months to build the angle and the story. 3 strong black women, and then fucking somebody's gonna say, "Well, I want the fucking belt, bro." I'm not here to just be
Facts.
lackeys, and the usual shit. So I could see that happening.
Shout out to I haven't done this in a while, but shout out to Tiffany Stratton on Friday Night SmackDown closing out the show with that. I love
Tiffany Stratton.
I love the back and forth with her and Naomi right now. I think it's only going to push both of them right back up to the top, especially on, SmackDown's women's roster, in my opinion, is not as good as the Raw women's roster.
Agreed.
So I think the more you can get them on TV, the better it's going to make that side. Because the fact of the matter is, like I said before, it's only a 2-hour show. So you're not getting a lot of FaceTime.
No, they're not.
Because even, we talked about this a couple months ago when they brought Tiffany Stratton up to the main roster, and I said I think it's great, and then we didn't see her for a month or 2. She just kind of was
They kept
like
it
out of the
quiet.
picture. Exactly. But I feel like it's because they only have that 2-hour time frame. You got Logan Paul and Randy Orton and, The Rock and Roman, and it's hard to fit all these people in.
Yeah.
So I'm just praying that once is it just Raw going to Netflix, or are Raw and SmackDown both going to Netflix?
Just Raw.
Where is SmackDown going? Is it staying on Fox?
Yes.
Fuck.
No, I think SmackDown's going to USA.
Really?
Yeah.
Did
Let me
not
just
see
see.
that happening. But what I was gonna say is I hope, obviously we already have the 3 hours with Raw, and I would
Yep.
assume they
October of
probably
this year, SmackDown will start on the USA Network.
on USA. Does it say how
Yep.
long it's gonna be? Is it still gonna be 2 hours?
I didn't see any of that. It just said officially moving back to USA Network beginning in October 2024.
Yeah, because I hope that, I wouldn't even be mad if they made fucking Raw 4 hours. Like, Raw is
It's
the
Raw,
GOAT
yeah.
for me, you know what I mean? But I
Me
would like
too,
to
bro. Me too.
I would like to see SmackDown get a 3rd hour.
I'd like to see that too.
Now, 7 hours of wrestling in a week, it's a lot to
Rough to
some
keep up
people,
on, but yeah.
but it gives us more content, motherfuckers, so I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yes, brother.
And plus, then I don't have to watch NXT because I'll be like, yo, I got 7 hours of this shit I got to catch up on before I come talk about it on a screen so you guys can keep up on it.
Correct. Which we've done fairly well doing, I think. So
Yes. And here's the thing, we're still a work in progress. This is not the final boss yet. You know what I'm saying?
no, not at all. We have many seasons before we get to that, dude.
Many.
Many seasons.
So let me ask you this, because I know obviously tonight is our season 2 finale. We're going to work on some things, come back.
Bigger, better, stronger, all that kind of shit.
What's a time frame that we can give these people? Because I do have a couple people watching on the IG right now that are probably wondering, like, hey, this is the finale. When are you guys going to be back? I need to see this.
Same thing, bro. Same thing.
So
I would say, what do you think? Like a few weeks? I mean, I feel like we just took a few weeks, so I wouldn't mind a quicker turnaround.
to me, bro, honestly, we could do it Backlash. Like, we don't have to do, like a full live pod by any means. But I think we could start it out the night of Backlash. That's in like 2
game.
weeks, 3 weeks.
Yep.
Is that gonna be enough time to get the graphics and everything?
Not this weekend, but next weekend. That's a little tight.
Okay. How about the
That's
week
a little
after?
tight.
That way we break it down and go over everything, or we can push it out even further.
Nah, we'll play it by ear. Let's not give them too much too. When we come back, I want it to be nice.
Keep them wanting more.
Yes. Correct.
Well, Brody,
yeah.
I've covered everything I wanted to cover, bro. Is there anything else you got?
No, I'm good, dude. I'm good.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Everybody listening on IG, Facebook, X, we appreciate you. Follow us, Heels Forever Pod on X, Heels Forever Podcast on Instagram. Is it podcast or just pod?
Heels Forever Podcast on Instagram.
Machine Gun Kenny on X, Kenny Edelman on Instagram, Brody James on X
everything,
and Twitter and Facebook.
Yes, Facebook, IG, Brody James on everything.
Yeah, and as we're covering more things, if there's something you want to hear, let me know so I can coordinate it with my partner here, and we'll get you set. That's the biggest thing, because we're trying to cover more things to get more viewers. So if there's something you want to hear, let me know. I will work you in. We're still looking for more guests too. I will bring you on, and you can talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about.
Yeah, correct.
As long as
we'll
it's not going to get us canceled.
We'll have more guests coming in on season 3. They can't cancel us, bro.
Facts, because we don't get paid for this.
Yeah, correct.
All right, guys. Well,
go ahead.
Thank you so much for listening. We will see you guys in a couple weeks. We'll keep you updated on the socials.
Yes. Heels Forever.
Oh, God, yeah. Heal 1,000,000 times to 1.